Alright, here's Syrup. In a town. It's just a pirate kinda wandering the city streets. Just carrying bags of gold as you do.
Aw, jeez, he's gaining on us again! Oh, get out of here, boys!
Alright, so where to this time? Oh, they've gone to the station. So, that means it's time for Chapter 4, In Town. Bit of a basic title, but we're starting right off with a train level, which I'm certainly happy about. Honestly, this is even cooler than the train level in Wario Land 1, which I was also pretty fond of, even though it was an auto-scroller. An auto-scroller over just a bottomless pit. Look, if you fell off that train, it would kill you. That is very realistic. Of course, Wario cannot die, as we know, which means there's no pit to fall into. You can't fall off the train, or Wario would just kind of be on the tracks for a bit. And then we just have a whole chapter about having to wander back to the city. It would all be so awkward. But this stage certainly has its own gimmicks, which we'll show off if I could get myself back over there. So, we've got the train. This acts normally. Looks very cool. Love this interior train. But if we go up to the top, we have a wind gimmick because, of course, it's a train, so you are constantly being pushed back. Look, physics are a thing. I imagine Wario's probably disappointed about this outcome, as most people are about train fights. Yes, that's probably one of my favorite episodes of Archer. That's always what I think of when it comes to train fights. But anyway. Yeah, just a cool stage in general. Now, for the most part, you don't really need to go up to the top of the train, and in fact, for the most part, I'm going to be ignoring most of these exits to the top of the train, because you really only need the one. I just wanted to show off that first part, because why not, right? You want to see what the gimmick is. But yeah, I'm just really fond of this level. It's a cool one. Unique general tile set. It's also a good look. I'm not just saying unique as an insult, it's good, as well as one you don't see too often. As for the chapter in general, I would say Chapter 4 is one of my favorites, except there's one level I don't like. So it's kind of mixed, but I'm mostly positive on this one. Anyway though, once you reach the end there, it becomes obvious that you cannot actually reach the end just by staying inside the train, so it's time for a little bit of backtracking before we... Well, I mean, you might be able to tell from that jump, but we're going to get stuck again. You do, however, want to come down here so that you can get another bonus game. And man, thanks to that silver coin, I've got plenty of coins to use. It's fine. Alright, Fox, where are ya? Let's see if I can get this one. Okay, see, I actually remember that one from recording it, so... It was bottom right, which I said in my head, but didn't say out loud, because I was just like, wait, I already know the answer to that, don't I? And yeah, I do. Anyway, it's an ocarina. I actually managed to get a few very good, just like, off-the-cuff, guesses per se, because it's not like I was blind firing. I was just very surprised that I actually managed to catch it as easily as I did. I think like the first 2 or 3, I was just like, oh dang, nice. Got that one easily. The problem is, the first one is the only one I remember, so... It's the only one I'll easily be able to recall while rewatching this. And it's the one I didn't say out loud either, so go me. Anyway, though, yeah, you can't actually get right back up to the, rightmost portion of the stage. So, just gonna kill that guy for money, and... crawl down there, it's fine. Alright, now we can go this way. Alright, so... as much as I like this level, we do need to heed the title of it, and stop the train. And well... this guy is preventing us from getting over here, so... bit of a rude trick at the end there, but I suppose Syrup is trying to stall us, so... makes sense. Thankfully, I have the power of already knowing that was there on my side. Alright, Wario gives us a huge thumbs up. Look at how big that thumb is. God, Wario, please stop with the perspective. Your forced perspective is too powerful. Alright, that is a lot of things. Maybe an 8? Definitely an 8. Could have been a 0. No, it's an 8. Alright, and there we go. We've almost got 2 lines of this done. I don't know, it feels like we're gonna catch up to Syrup before we actually finish this thing. I can't imagine the goose chase is going to go on for that long, right? Alright, story 2, up on the rooftop, so I'm gonna be honest, for this entire video, just assume that I probably like a given tile set. I really like the city. I don't know what it is. Like, it's weird that cities to me feel like such a rare, like, level style. Maybe it's just my upbringing on Mario games, but damn it. You really don't see cities all that often, you know? And like, when you do, it's not for platformers exactly, I don't know. Like, I can think of a few other city aesthetics off the top of my head, but they feel like rare, designs to me. I can't quite explain it. Regardless, this one is cool. In part because one of the enemies is just pirates throwing bottles at you. Just chucking stuff at you. And of course, one of the gimmicks of the stage is that Wario does not care about private property. He will just enter your house through the windows if he's able to. Now, the one upside for you, vis-a-vis Wario entering your home, is that if he can't reach it by standing, he can't actually enter it, so... this window right here, yeah, we can't enter through it because it's in the air. Wario has, weirdly enough, 0 grip strength, so he's unable to actually access anything that's not, well, like this one right here. Thanks for putting all your plant pots out so I could enter your house. However, now I cannot escape. So yeah, as you might have noticed, if you just kind of bump those enemies, they do not die, they will just disappear to bring in another bottle to throw at you, but if you actually ram them, then they die. It's an important distinction, and it might very well help to know that, though sometimes you might not really have an option to kill them instead of bumping them, sometimes it's just really not on the table. There's a difficult one right here. You go away, and then I'm gonna bump you, but like forcefully and violently. There we go. Make sure Bottle Man is out of the way so that you can get over here. I don't know how I managed to get that one. Oh well, I'm not gonna complain. Got a few extra coins here. So notice there is a door there, or a window. Whatever it is, I can reach it, however, you don't have to enter this house in order to proceed. Oh no, no. If you want to leave the house, this man over here will respawn, which means you can use him as a platform. That's actually not that difficult of a jump. Like, you'd think it would be, and it's certainly one that makes me nervous, but like, it is entirely viable. And you might want to keep jumping on enemies in mind, because it is going to be useful later on in the chapter, at a point where I'm pretty sure it is necessary, and not optional like it is here. Wait a minute, I know that name. Ninten from Earthbound Zero. Should've known he owned a building. No, it says Nintendo. Except that D looks kinda weird, doesn't it? Yeah, it seems like it's D for door, doesn't it? Well, let me just round up these coins real quick. Alright, what's Nintendo hiding? A lot of Wario face coins. Well, alright then. Thanks, Nintendo. Holding out on me. Alright, so let's see, well, you know, as I was thinking of stages, or like city stages in games, I will say, another overlap with Donkey Kong. I do recall, city stage in, like, a bunch of the Donkey Kong games, actually. Yeah, I completely missed that one. That's because it was top left, I was looking in the middle. But yeah, no, like, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games as well, that's kind of the genre I mean, not Donkey Kong Country. Those don't really have cities. They have treetop cities, but that's different. But yeah, no, just the, Game Boy game based off of, the arcade game, but whoops, it's actually a full-fledged platformer. And then Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which was based on that one, but with toys. That also has city levels very prominently, so it's just another thing that, Wario and Donkey Kong have both done. They have a lot of overlap, and I don't think either party really appreciates that, if I'm being honest. 5? It's gotta be 5, right? No, that could also be 6. It was 5, I was correct, but you can't just judge based on the, top there. It could lead you astray. Alright, what next? Down in the cellar. This is a very cellar-centric game. Alright, so here's the level that I hate, and alright, I feel like I'm just gonna mention reason number 1 why that is. So, okay, I use a map, to play through this game, just to, keep track of everything. It's very handy to have. So I will say, the map... Looking at the map for this level is just kind of anxiety-inducing, because it looks like this. I go to VG Maps, you know, I'm playing through this, chapter, I'm like, I'm having a good time. And then I get to this, and I'm just like, oh, I hate looking at this. So this is a level based on one building. You are in exactly one building. We gotta get to the cellar of it. And we just sort of have to zigzag around in it. This is probably one of the most, ability-heavy levels in this chapter, because there aren't really many of them in Chapter 4. But a lot of the abilities wind up happening here, and I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know, it's not a terrible level, though I will say it is by far the longest level. You might have noticed that the previous 2 levels were like, about 5 minutes each. Those weren't too long. This one, however, is very long. I think the dynamic is basically just like... The first 2 levels were short if you did them correctly. However, making mistakes in those levels is a little costly, especially in that second level. Where, you know, if you fall down, you know, it's not like you die or anything, but the jumps are difficult, and you just wind up a bit earlier in the stage if you mess them up. Like, you have to do whole platforming segments over again. Also, yes, you can high jump with Fat Wario. I learned that here. And you will need to learn that, because if you don't, well, you're stuck in 4th floor. Sorry. But yeah, first 2 stages are shorter, but more intense. This level I would say is easier. In general, you don't really get punished for things like you do in level 2. But there's a lot more, we'll say, puzzle solving, even though it is just figure out how to use this ability in the given room, and then just, again, zigzag your way through the stage. Not like the most puzzly puzzles, but it's something. But yeah, no, you don't really get punished as much in this one. I'm not gonna say it's impossible to get punished severely, but yeah, no, it's a... Oh god. The Kongs are here! The Kongs are here and they're turning Wario into a spring! Oh god, so it's not a car accident, but... Boy, that guy really mangled Wario. Oh god, just hit him with a hammer so hard, his body coiled! Oh, you have to die. I don't know which Kong you are, but... I'll send my regards to Donkey Kong, along with your body. Tell him his cousin is highly ineffective. Anyway, we did all that in order to get an enemy to destroy those blocks. So yeah, that's our first sighting of Spring Wario, which, as someone who grew up with Wario Land 4, it's really weird playing this game's version of Spring Wario. It doesn't control terribly or anything. Right back there, I basically just did a bunch of quick consecutive jumps. Is that guy pogging? He better not be pogging. But yeah, it didn't control badly or anything, it's just... I'm used to a variant of that where you jump once and then it's over. Oh, you need to stop making that face, you need to die instead. That didn't kill anyone. Oh, and you are in a terrible position. Oop. Best take, everybody. I wanted to kill this man. And I did, but he didn't make it easy. I also left a coin behind. That won't do anything good for the Wario sync meter, but as I've said before, I don't care. Alright, where are we on the stage? It's really hard to tell. Because again, it's just a building we're swerving through. It's also got shortcuts in it, which you rarely need. There are certainly a few portions, but like, nothing major. You can just go back earlier in the level if you feel you missed any treasure. Which is entirely possible. Again, I use a map, so like, I know where the treasure is versus where the path forward is. It's harder to tell even when you have the whole thing laid out in front of you, cause it's kinda just a cluster of stuff, but nonetheless. Also, if you're wondering, no, that enemy block doesn't do anything, and I quite frankly don't know why it's there. It doesn't do anything. Does this game secretly have a hard mode? Are there just like a ton more enemy blocks in hard mode? So yeah, I'm just having a huge problem not kicking enemies around this time. Don't know what it is, don't know why it just is. No, Duck, you stop doing that. Duck, no boomeranging. Quit it. Quit doing that. Who said you could throw a boomerang, Duck? You're not allowed. Alright, breaks hands. Let's do this again. Alright, this time I'm paying great attention. Let's see, what are we doing? I think that was the third, right? There we go! After non-stop failures, I finally got it. Not that it matters, I've already done it, but whatever, we got a yo-yo. Wario's about to walk the dog on some fools. Or at least he would, except, like, he doesn't really utilize any of the treasures he finds. He just collects them, that's what treasure's for. And look, it's not like he was going to get a yo-yo ability anyway. He would only get a yo-yo ability if it was due to some horrible sheer pain. Look, if Wario isn't mangled in a yo-yo accident, then it does nothing for him. Like, eating a single slice of cake and that being so full of whatever is in this cake that instantly makes him fat, that can't be comfortable. Like, that is so much extra mass just instantly added to him at the same time. Though, really, not the worst pain Wario has been in this episode. Honestly, comparably speaking, that's not a huge deal. Cause he was a spring, and he's about to be on fire. You gotta scope the place out first, but like... Yeah, no, let's set Wario on fire now. Yeah, I bet you wish you just ate that cake and instantly got fatter, Wario. Alright, we finally get to see the animation where Wario just burns to a crisp, but it's fine. He instantly breaks out of his ashen cocoon and becomes a whole new Wario. Right, so now this seems great. Does also seem to be the least pain Wario's in. Though now I'm just kinda stuck. I only needed that to make the platform go down. Alright, so... Stomp you. Are we near the cellar? I think we are. I think mercifully we're close to the cellar. We're just in the flooded basement portion of wherever this is. This office building? This store? There's a block here that exists to taunt you. Wario's butt exists to taunt that fish. Nope, I don't care how excited you are to get my ass, you will not. Okay, we are at the end. I remember that portion. First floor. And the moment... Oh, we don't even need... Oh, right. I thought there was like one more down portion, but no. That's just the portion... That's just the door that goes to the basement right there. Alright, so with that... The stage is done. And thank goodness. I'm tired of that stage. I don't like it much. It's not terrible, but like, compared to the other stages in Chapter 4, it's just... way too much. It's overwhelming, I don't care for it. Alright, what is this one? 4, maybe? No, not 4. 7? No, that has to be 8. Right? No, that could be a 3. Could still be a 3. Okay, there we go. I had to make sure. It decided to be rude again. Alright, got ourselves another tree. Alright, so, Story 4, Escape from the Factory. You mean to tell me I just went through that entire level, and now we want to leave the place we found? Great. Are you sure there's nothing good down here? Positive? Alright. Anyway, this is the treadmill gimmick stage. This is the one where you have to change the direction of the treadmills so that they go in the correct direction. That is the main gimmick. You can complete this one really quickly if you're not aiming for treasure. For example, this whole bit is completely unnecessary. Didn't have to come down this way. But we're back. And now we've got more treasure. You've also got these terrifying monstrosities. You know, these sections are really easy. They're just there to make sure you're patient. And also to terrify you if you're a child. I'm pretty sure that's what that's about. Alright, so there's the door right there. If we can flip the belt around, then we can access the end of the stage. And yes, those guys still throw bottles, even though they're in a factory. Are they still beer bottles, or are they bottles filled with chemicals of some variety? Who knows? Now, like I said, this is a very short stage, with a very simple gimmick. I'm kinda neutral on this one, honestly. Which maybe makes it worse than Stage 3, because I can have more of an opinion on it, but like, there's not much to it. Like, I'm gonna enter this door, right? See? And there's the switch. You press that, and you can just go right to the end of the stage if you want to. This is not a long one. Now that being said, there is of course still the treasure, and there's this area down here we can go to. And we've got this spot covered by boxes. Now you are going to want to press that switch before you get down here. You can probably guess why. But once we enter here... Alright, so this platforming section is very annoying. I have never had as much trouble with these birds right here as I have trying to get through this platforming section. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's just the speed of these gears here that throws me off. That's probably it. Oh, think I missed those coins. Sorry, Wario! Alright, we've got a secret area right here. Be on the lookout for fake walls that aren't marked as fake walls. Now I do want all these coins real quick, before they become more or less inaccessible. Well, they'll never really be inaccessible, but let's just get them before it's annoying, alright? That's my opinion on the matter. Alright, so here's our minigame. Alright, what is it? We got hard mode, we got panels, we've got this guy. I was yawning, so I completely missed it. Alright, top right. Very inconvenient time for that. Now, where could my pipe be? Wario! Alright, so... now that we do have Wooden Pipe, Wario is off to that room we've already been to. You do need to press that switch in order to actually get back over here. So unfortunately, it's not just a hop back to the exit, it is a hop and a skip and a jump. But it's not like it's a difficult one or anything, right? Like, we just go back here and press this. And yeah, that's just about it. That's the stage. Another very short one, but this isn't particularly punishing either, though. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kinda neutral on this one. It does not really strike me as much as the other stages. Well, it does look okay, I will say that. It's got an okay aesthetic for a factory stage, and I will say, I really like the, color work on the gears of all things. I was noticing that when I was looking at the gears, that just like, oh, they've got the little, darker shade right there to kind of give the gear depth. That's cool. But yeah, that's it. Otherwise, it's a factory, which isn't my favorite aesthetic, but it's fine. Looks like a good factory. You are supposed to be cautious of everything here. And that's that. Wario is so hyped for this pipe. Alright, what do we got? Come on, give me a 2. Hell yeah. I was pretty sure there was a 2 in one of these levels, and I was right. Alright, so fill in that map. Ooh and ah. And with that, it's time to confront Syrup in Story 5. Anyone for beep? basketball? Okay, I guess we have to play basketball against Syrup to save the rec center? No, that can't be right. Nobody cares about the rec center in this scenario. And if anybody was going to care about it, it actually probably would be Syrup. She doesn't, but compared to Wario, she could. Alright, anyway, this stage, that's a bit of a retread of Story 2. But not so much that I find it boring. Rather than scaling one big building, we're just kinda moseying on through town in this one. It feels very casual for a boss stage, I will say. Alright, please stop throwing bottles at me, thank you. Well, you never really stopped, but it stopped being a problem. Okay, so... right here, we're gonna go through a few buildings, right? I believe that must be the way to move forward, since I ignored it. We've got this area here. And this is where the boss will throw us if we get defeated. And I believe there's a secret spot here. Yep. Okay, cool. So, kill one spearman because we only need one alive. Carefully. Toss you down here and... man, we've already got a bunch of coins. Alright. Oh, that must be the bonus minigame, right? I'm guessing. Yep, I guessed right. Couldn't quite play easy mode if that's what I wanted to do, but I don't. Alright, what do we got? We've got a chef. Where is Chef? Bottom left? Oh wow, I wasn't confident in that one. But I was right. Okay, that's another chest opened. Wario gets just an entire moped. Cool. And we're free to move on. Alright, so... there is a tricky jump coming up. You might remember I mentioned something about, enemy jumps being a thing. And indeed, yeah, I tried to get him to go there, but really the best way to go about this is to actually just, like, swerve like this, so that he'll respawn here. It might be possible to lure that enemy and jump from the rooftop to my right, but that seems like more trouble than it's worth, so... yeah, just fall one screen down, and then jump back up, and the bird will respawn in enough time that it won't be an issue. Alright, there we go. Now we're good. Jump off you for the big coins, and now you're useless to me. Perish. Alright, so I believe that's actually just about the entire stage. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to charge right up on the boss. Which, of course, as you might have guessed, is Wario's greatest nemesis. Foe he will face again and again till the end of time. So, oh, need one more enemy door, though. I was incorrect. This one's tricky because you basically have to, use a mechanic that you might have noticed, but not have really absorbed as a mechanic. The fact that enemies kinda just, like, get bumped up when you slam the ground. It's not been relevant until now, but it is relevant there. Alright, so, with that, it is our foe, B-Ball Bunny, the famous sports star? Alright, so this is a b-ball fight. You have to jump on your foe in order to turn him into a ball and throw him through the net. B-Ball Bunny will try to do the same to you, and if you get dunked 3 times, then B-Ball Bunny will slam dunk you so hard, you fly straight to the roof. Thankfully, I am not that owned. It's a pretty easy fight, all things considered. You get 3 chances, honestly, and you don't lose coins for getting dunked on, so... that's a pretty easy one overall. With that, though, that's the end of this episode. Okay, we didn't catch up with Syrup here, However, that could be a lot of things. That has to be a 5, right? No, that could be a 6 too. That has to be a 5, yeah. Okay, that's another 5. You can tell from that corner, because a 6 wouldn't do that. Anyway, though, yeah, so. We may not have caught up with Syrup here, however, Wario must be getting close by now, so next time on Wario Land 2, we take on the final chapter.
Hey! Whoa! Sorry. Yeah.